There are certain things a woman can say that should make you stop everything. And I mean everything. Words that don't just raise red flags. They fire off warning sirens in your soul. These aren't random comments or harmless phrases. They are verbal smoke signals that reveal something far deeper, a lack of respect, emotional accountability, and long-term partnership potential. And if you ignore these signs, you'll pay for it in silence, confusion, and slow self-destruction. See, a lot of men stay in situations where they're emotionally starving, constantly trying to earn a woman's validation, just hoping she'll see their effort and finally treat them right. But here's the brutal truth. Once a woman says one of these phrases, it means she already made up her mind about you. She's telling you, loud and clear, that she doesn't see you as a man worth respecting. And the worst thing you can do is argue, beg, or try to prove her wrong. When a man starts trying to justify his worth to someone who's already decided to disregard him, he gives away something sacred, his dignity. And without that, you're not leading, you're not respected, and you're not truly alive. You're just surviving in a relationship built on imbalance. This video is not about hating women. It's not about turning bitterness into content. It's about clarity. It's about protecting men who are loyal, generous, and committed. Men who've been led to believe they have to earn love that should be mutual. Because the most dangerous disrespect doesn't come from slaps or screams. It comes from subtle words that chip away at your confidence and condition you to accept less. So today, I'm breaking down 5 phrases no man should tolerate. Words that should trigger your inner alarm and make you rethink everything. If you're serious about becoming a man of strength, clarity, and purpose, keep watching. 1. You're too sensitive. At first glance, this might seem harmless, maybe even playful. But when a woman tells you you're too sensitive, especially in response to you expressing something important, it's a subtle form of emotional invalidation. What she's really saying is that your feelings are inconvenient to her. Stoic philosophy teaches us to control our emotions, not suppress them or be shamed for having them. If a woman mocks your vulnerability, she's showing you that your emotional experience is not safe with her. The truth is, emotional sensitivity is not weakness, it's awareness. A man who knows what he feels and why he feels it is a man in control. But when your emotional intelligence is met with sarcasm, belittling, or dismissiveness, it's a red flag. It means she doesn't value depth. And without emotional respect, there can be no real connection, only performance. A healthy relationship allows both people to express without fear of ridicule. If she uses your emotions as ammunition, she's not building with you. She's tearing you down piece by piece. Don't let her gaslight your instincts. You are allowed to feel. You are allowed to draw boundaries. You are allowed to expect respect when you open up. So when she tells you you're too sensitive, don't brush it off. Hear it for what it is, a warning that your emotional safety may not matter to her. 2. You deserve someone better. On the surface, this sounds selfless, like she's thinking of your best interests. But let's be honest, this is usually code for "I've already checked out." It's her way of easing the guilt of detachment while avoiding accountability. A Stoic man listens not just to what is said, but why it is said. When a woman tells you this, what she's often really saying is, "I don't feel it anymore, and I want out, but I don't want to look like the bad guy." This phrase is wrapped in false nobility. It's a breakup line dressed in flattery. And if you're not paying attention, you'll mistake it for kindness when it's actually avoidance. She's protecting her image, not your heart. A man rooted in self-respect hears this and doesn't beg for clarity or try to change her mind. He accepts it with dignity. He doesn't cling to someone who's already emotionally gone. Because when a woman says you deserve better, she's giving you a chance to actually live that truth, to find someone who reciprocates your energy instead of rationalizing their withdrawal. So don't romanticize this line. Don't spin it into hope. Hear it as a sign that she's already moving on, emotionally or physically. And instead of chasing closure, give it to yourself. Walk away with your pride intact. The man who knows his worth doesn't settle for someone unsure of his value. 3. I don't know what I want right now. This phrase should stop you cold. not because it means she's broken, but because it means she's uncertain, and uncertainty is the death of masculine leadership in a relationship. A woman who doesn't know what she wants cannot build anything with you. She's not ready to follow your lead, reciprocate your effort, or meet you halfway. And if you're not careful, you'll spend months, even years, stuck in emotional limbo. A Stoic man doesn't try to convince someone to choose him. He knows that indecision is a decision. When she says, "I don't know what I want," what she really means is, "I don't want you enough to be sure." This is one of the most dangerous statements to ignore because it keeps you hoping. You start making excuses for her. You think if you just do more, love harder, or wait longer, she'll finally be ready. But that's not how attraction works. A woman who's into you, really into you, doesn't hesitate. She moves toward you, not away from you. So when she says she doesn't know what she wants, take her seriously. It's not your job to fix her confusion. It's your job to protect your energy. Stop auditioning, step back. Let her figure herself out, alone. And if she returns with clarity and genuine intent, great. But if not, you've already moved forward with purpose. That's what self-respect looks like. 4. Let's just see where this goes. This sounds open-minded, even casual, but it's really a way to keep you in her orbit without committing to anything real. When a woman says this, she's placing you on hold while exploring her options. And the dangerous part? You think you're building something. Meanwhile, she's hedging her bets. A Stoic man values clarity over comfort. He doesn't fear commitment, he fears wasting time. When someone can't define the relationship after a reasonable period, it's a red flag. Because when someone truly values you, they don't leave things vague. They step in fully, not halfway, not with one foot out the door. "Let's see where this goes" is often code for, "I'm not sure if you're good enough yet, but I don't want to lose you." It's emotional breadcrumbs. It's stalling. And it's a trap for men who ignore their standards in hopes that she'll eventually see their worth. But attraction isn't something you convince her of. It's something she either feels or doesn't. A man who honors himself doesn't wait around in gray zones. He communicates his intentions and expects the same in return. If she can't meet that level of honesty, she's not ready for you. Let her see where it goes, without you, because you're not an experiment. You're not a backup plan. You're a man with vision, direction, and self-respect. And you don't sit around hoping someone else finally figures out what you've known all along, that you're worth choosing. 5. You're such a good friend. It may seem innocent, even sweet. But when this line is spoken after you've shown romantic interest, it's a brutal form of soft rejection. Being called a good friend by someone you desire isn't a compliment. It's a boundary, one that says, "I see you, but not that way." This is the friend zone in full effect. And if you keep hanging around, hoping she'll change her mind, you're not being loyal, you're being used. Harsh, but true. A Stoic man doesn't chase hope. He reads the signs. He values clarity over comfort. When a woman consistently calls you her friend after you've expressed deeper intentions, she's telling you her truth. You're just refusing to hear it. And the longer you ignore it, the more you sabotage your own value. You'll start doing more to get her attention, more favors, more emotional support, but none of it will earn her romantic desire. Because attraction isn't earned through kindness, it's sparked through polarity. So, what do? You step back. You reclaim your dignity. You stop being her emotional crutch and start being a man with boundaries. If she ever sees you in a new light, it won't be because you stuck around like a puppy. It'll be because you walked away like a man. Friendship is great when it's mutual and genuine. But when it's one-sided, it's self-betrayal. Don't stay where you're not seen the way you want to be. You deserve more than polite rejection disguised as kindness. 6. You're like a brother to me. If you've ever heard this, you know how soul-crushing it feels. It's one of the most brutal lines a woman can drop when you've been hoping for something more. And let's be real, she knows what she's doing. She's not clueless. Calling you like a brother is the ultimate form of platonic rejection. it's not just that she's not interested, it's that she's putting you in a category so far outside of romantic possibility that it's almost insulting. Because once you're the brother, you're family, you're safe. You're someone she vents to about the guys she actually wants. And if you're sticking around hoping she'll change her mind, you've already lost her respect. A Stoic man doesn't accept labels that reduce his value. He knows that real attraction isn't built on excessive emotional comfort. It's built on polarity, masculine presence, emotional control, and self-respect. If she sees you as a brother, it means you've shown too much softness and not enough strength. You became predictable, too available, too agreeable. The solution? Step away, not to manipulate her, but to protect your own worth. Let her find a therapist, not a brother she strings along. And when you pull back and focus on becoming a man of purpose, you won't beg to be chosen. You'll start attracting women who don't see you as family. They see you as a man. 7. I just need some space. This line hits like a warning shot, and most men ignore it, thinking it's temporary. They assume if they give her space, she'll come back with more clarity, more love, more appreciation. But more often than not, I need space is the soft launch of a breakup. Here's the truth. When a woman is truly invested in you, she doesn't ask for space. She asks for connection. She leans in, not out. So when she says this, it often means she's emotionally detaching, and she wants the freedom to explore her options without the guilt of ending things right away. A Stoic man doesn't panic in moments like these. He doesn't chase, beg, or send long paragraphs trying to fix it. He gives her the space, permanently. He sees "I need space" for what it is, a test of his emotional discipline. And instead of failing by becoming needy, he holds the line. When you respect her request without resistance, 2 things happen. 1, she either realizes what she lost and comes back, or 2, she walks away, and you now have clarity instead of confusion. Either way, you win. Because a man who doesn't fear being alone can't be manipulated by someone who's unsure. Never cling to someone who's trying to create distance. If she needs space, give her silence. That's how you show strength. 8. You're too good for me. This might sound flattering, but don't fall for the bait. When a woman says this, it's not a compliment, it's a confession. It means she knows she can't meet your standards. She sees your value, but she doesn't feel ready or willing to match it. And rather than rise to your level, she'd rather exit before she's exposed. A Stoic man doesn't let his ego get stroked by these kinds of statements. He doesn't think, "Wow, she really admires me." No, he hears the truth. "I'm not going to try for you." When someone believes you're too good for them, they won't stay long. Because deep down, they're already checking out. They'd rather be with someone who matches their comfort zone, not someone who challenges their potential. This line is also used to mask guilt. Maybe she's done something she knows would hurt you, emotionally checked out, flirted with someone else, or even cheated. Instead of confessing, she tells you you're too good. As if the breakup is her gift to you. It's not. It's avoidance, dressed as virtue. The Stoic response? Accept her words as a boundary. Don't chase someone who's excusing their exit with flattery. If she can't match your energy, let her go. The right woman won't say you're too good. She'll step up and prove she's good enough. 9. My ex wants to get back together. This one's brutal, but you need to hear it for what it really is. When a woman brings up her ex, especially in the context of reconciliation, she's signaling that her emotional attachment to you is weak or maybe non-existent. Worse, she might be using you as a placeholder while she emotionally processes her feelings for someone else. The truth is, no woman who's truly into you spends time reminiscing about her ex, let alone considering going back to him. And if she tells you this, she's either trying to make you jealous, trigger a reaction, or slowly let you down without having to take full responsibility. But here's what a Stoic man understands. You never compete with another man for a woman's heart. If you have to fight to keep her attention, you've already lost. Love is not a competition. It's a choice. And if she's considering someone else, she's not choosing you. You don't negotiate with emotional indecision. You walk, not to punish her, but to protect your own dignity. If she wants her ex back, let her go, and let him have her. Because a woman who looks backward while standing next to you isn't truly present. She's divided, and a divided heart can't build a whole future. Respect yourself enough to never beg for someone who's still hung up on the past. 10. I don't want to ruin our friendship. At first, this sounds respectful, like she values you so much, she doesn't want to lose the bond you've built. But let's be honest, when she says this after you've expressed romantic interest, what she's really doing is preserving her comfort at the cost of your desire. She's saying, I like having you around. I like the emotional support, the attention, the stability, but I'm not willing to risk any of that for intimacy. That's not friendship. That's emotional convenience. A Stoic man doesn't accept relationships that only serve the other person. He doesn't play the role of emotional boyfriend without the benefits. If she doesn't want to ruin the friendship, what she's really saying is, I don't want to give you what you want, but I still want everything you provide. It's manipulation wrapped in sentiment. And if you fall for it, you'll become the guy who waits around, hoping someday she'll change her mind. But the longer you wait, the more she sees you as the safe, non-threatening fallback guy, not the masculine presence that ignites her desire. So what's the move? You respectfully step away. You don't threaten. You don't beg. You say, I value our connection, but I'm not looking for just friendship. And then you leave, because real friends don't manipulate, and real men don't settle. Most men waste years trying to decode what women say, hoping that maybe, just maybe, there's some deeper meaning behind the words. But a Stoic man? He doesn't cling to hope. He looks at reality. He listens not just to what she says, but what she does. And when the words reveal disrespect, confusion, or emotional games, he walks. Not out of bitterness, but out of self-respect. You weren't born to be her backup plan, her therapist, or her emotional crutch. You were born to lead, to build, to become undeniable. So the next time you hear one of these phrases, don't take it personally. Take it as a gift. A clear sign that it's time to stop chasing someone who's unsure about you and start becoming the man who never has to chase again. Respect is earned, attraction is triggered, and your power is in how you respond, not how you react.